Yeah, hello, this is Dave from cheapbooks.com. I'm playing World of Tanks. The tank I am playing is the M24 Chaffee. It's an American Tier 5 light tank, and the map is Himmelsdorf. However, it is the winterized version. I'm also working on the mission, which is to do 4,000 spotting damage. Now, 4,000 spotting damage is a little bit difficult on this map and with this tiered tank, in part because these tanks obviously have lower hit points, and also because it's harder to spot tanks on this map. I missed a shot at that guy. So I think my best hope is to hang out in this area right here and hopefully spot across the map. Getting proximity spotting, there's another technique where that comet is near the rubble. If you get proximity spotting damage, you're not guaranteed to get the spotting damage. I've tried it before and it doesn't always work.
We didn't even scratch them.
Looks like I was definitely hit by an enemy tank.
Track repaired. Drive on. Permission to engage. We didn't penetrate their armor. Penetration. Penetration. We're dead for it.
Okay, so I don't think I got 4,000 spotting damage. A lot of people would think that if you're by the rubble pile, let's see if I can find the rubble pile. This rubble pile right here.
We can only talk locally.
A lot of people would think you would get spotting damage for the tanks that are on the other side of the rubble pile, but my experience is that it doesn't work. As you can see, I had a relatively good location that in theory would allow me to spot enemy tanks. However, after the game I check my spotting damage and often it's zero. So the question is, did I get any spotting damage there? You might think I got something, but we'll see when we get the end results if I did or not. And I'm predicting the possibility that it might actually be zero. So here's a Panzer 38 NA. Panzer is a German word for tank. This is also a light tank, and you can tell that because it has a diamond as its emblem. And he is obviously in the encounter area, and he is running the cap. He's running the meter for the cap. So basically the enemy tanks have to come to the cap to take action against him. There's only 3 tanks left on our team and 1 artillery unit. And it looks like we just had that T-37 just killed 2 Cromwell Bs 1 second after another. So I'm going to tell him, nice job. Killed 2 Cromwells, one after the other. That was amazing. It's too bad he didn't have an ally there to help him. So he's getting flanked. And let's see what the last guy is going to do. Probably wants to hit the KV-1S. Must be reloading. Got a nice shot in. Doesn't seem to know how to spin his tank. Well, the engine was knocked out. he's playing like a robot, or maybe he's just not reloaded. But that's what I would expect from a robotic player. The way he was aiming and didn't fire, maybe he wasn't reloaded again. Okay, so as you can see, although I was in the area to spot tanks, I didn't receive any spotting damage. And I was the first one to spot these tanks, and they were right around the corner from me, and clearly my allies did damage them, but I got no spotting damage. So the technique of getting close to another tank for spotting damage does not always work. As you're gonna see here, damage caused with your assistance is 0. And the same with getting behind that little rubble pile. The mission is to do 4,000 spotting damage, which is right here. It says 4,000 hit points of damage. And on that map, it would have been very, very difficult to do so. So we're going to try another game. It's an important lesson to learn. There's another technique that you can use on that map where you get into the corner of the plaza near the enemy tanks and do proximity spotting, but I'm not sure if you will in fact get any spotting damage from that. You should in theory. But check your spotting damage. Be aware of which tanks you are to make sure that your technique is working. When I play, sometimes I play to get spotting damage, but usually I don't. Usually I just spot. And I'm concerned about just helping the team, and I don't worry about how much I'm racking up on the damage. Okay, so I'm going to find a location. This is Erlenberg, and I'm on the defending team. I'm going to find a location that I think is suitable for spotting, and it's very difficult because there are not a lot of spotting locations nowadays. So I'm going to be a little bit risky today. I'm going to head for that house first. See if I can find something good up there. Okay, I think I found a bush, which is going to be right here. Check to make sure I'm covered. Advance a little bit. Looks like I got decent coverage. It's not perfect.
Ready to fire.
Always want to be ready. As soon as... Oh my god, there's absolutely nobody on my team over here. This really sucks.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Like, gotta fight. Gotta fight.
Bail out. This vehicle has had it.
Okay, so I'm really upset about what happened here. We obviously need more people on the east side, and we didn't get that. So the enemy came, and if it wasn't for me, that AMX 1357 or that 1375, whatever it was, he would have scouted out over there, found out it was completely safe, only had one tank who was now retreating, and they would have advanced. So it's really bad playing on the part of our team. There's really nothing I can do about it right now. And there were some tanks that slowly approached, but they were way too slow. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, the next tank is going to be the AMX 1390. I'm going to try once again to get 4,000 spotting damage. I believe that the highest tier light tank is probably tier 8. I don't think there's a tier 9 light tank. And to get more, anything time you want more damage, you want to be in the higher tier games. This is a higher tier game. It's a tier 10 game. So in theory, I should be able to get some good spotting damage over here. The tanks tend to not want to come through the middle on this map. And I really don't know the east side very well. So I'm going to go up the middle. I'm going to turn my tank around and head for the middle. but I'm going to take a spotting position on the east side.
Move out.
And I know it's going to be real difficult, but I have very little choice. You can see where that artillery unit is going is actually not such a bad place to a spot. I would love to be able to climb this hill over here. I haven't tried to do so. There are some of those hills that are in fact climbable. So I'm going to take up my position right over here. Maybe advance a little. And the good thing is not only will I have the opportunity to spot some tanks, but my allies will be able to hit them.
Target acquired.
And I'm watching his gun to see if he aims at me. Even if I get 1,800 for this tank, which I probably won't, I would still need 2 other tanks in order to get my 4,000 hit points. There's another tank.
Target lost.
Okay, so there's another tank. It's likely that I spotted that one.
Ready to fire. Where'd they go?
And I'm not going to fire. I'm going to hold my fire, which helps me. It helps me stay hidden, and plus
Where'd they go?
it increases the spotting damage that I'm going to be doing. That fucking tank, that T-28. I guarantee you, he was shooting for that T-28, and he hit me instead. Okay, so this is not such a bad place to spot from. Perhaps I should move up further. I'm going to have to move up further. I'm going to find a route to get to those houses. Yeah, now's the time to go.
Where did it mobilize?
Okay, don't worry about that. So I'm going to move up to a closer position while I have the opportunity, because my team is advancing. I don't know if I can get up on this higher... Oh, shit. Okay. That's the game. Well, if I had gone my first route, he would have definitely finished me off. I was considering getting into one of these bushes right over here. I probably could have hit it on the slope. But I was looking for this higher hill over here. I don't know if it's possible to get up there, but I'm going to have to explore it for another game, or possibly spot from this bush right here in the center. It's a very dangerous maneuver because obviously the enemy team can spot you very easily, but I'm going to try next time I play this map to spot right where I have that crosshair, either that bush over there or the bush over here, or try to get to one of these higher bushes. Okay, so it was I thought it was a good game. It was a good learning experience, and I'm ready to do some more spotting. Yeah, oh, look at that. We lost on Erlenberg. What a surprise. Let's see how badly we lost. We had 1 guy left. So it was like probably 7-1. I mean 7 alive versus 1 alive or something like that. Now, one of the things that happened, there was a tank called, I believe it was a T-28 prototype, that was behind me, and when the enemy was shooting at him, I got in the crossfire and I got hit. And it's happened to me before. There was one other time that it happened to me, and I'm sure that that happened by accident, but there have been times when it's definitely happened on purpose. Okay, so what I usually do on this map is I go straight for the center. And
Time to roll out.
if we had 3 artillery units, it would probably be a lot easier for me. So I'm going up the center here, which is actually very easy to do. You can see they've already spotted an artillery unit. See, there's an IS-6 back there. But I still want to move just in case I've been spotted. Obviously I was. See if I can hide in this bush. Oh, it looks like I made it. I made it to the bush and I didn't realize it. I gave up my position. I don't think he sees me. Okay, so I'm just going to sit right here. Got nailed hard. So the only thing I'm going to do right now is hide. Oh, I didn't see that guy right there.
Everyone get out.
Okay, so that's too bad. I didn't see that there was a guy right there in front of me. He literally was in this space, and I saw him at the last second. So it didn't. These maneuvers require, you know, spotting the enemy, getting to the entrance here easy. You can even do it with a slow tank. You can do it with a TOG. There will be times when you will get spotted, perhaps if you're in a high tier game and the players are a little bit more experienced. I've had a few encounters over here, and you do have to worry sometimes if a scout like that 5916 went across to the other side. But there's that tank that probably killed me. But usually I make it here. But to battle your way through with all the tanks that are camping at base is very difficult. So the best you can hope for is to get some spotting damage. And I have gotten here and I have battled with tanks at the base. But it is very difficult. You need a tank with a good gun, rapid reload, you know, stronger armor. This tank is not that tank. But you could definitely, like I said, pull in with a TOG and scare the crap out of the enemy. Okay, so that's the technique to get there. And if they had 3 artillery units, I've had games where I've spotted all of them, and we've taken them out. So it's one of those things you have to practice doing and decide on your own. You can watch my Karelia assault videos, and I guarantee you 95% of the time I make it at least to that spot, and I spot some of the tanks, and sometimes I kill a tank or two. But what I try to do now is I try to remain hidden and let the artillery and my allies do the damage. I don't know how I got spotted. It's too bad. So I'm going to try, again, I got to do 4,000 spotting damage. The best hope is to head for the airfield. It doesn't always work. In fact, when I say it doesn't always work, I mean it's very difficult. And I will explain why. It has to do with the battle position.
Move out.
The best place to get open spotting is in this airfield area, but you got to get to your spotting position immediately. And it's very, very, very high risk. And if you get there, you're either going to be pinned down or you're going to be dead. And the question is, how far are you willing to go? The further you go, the more rewards and the more risk. I'm going to try and head along the left side here, hope to not be spotted. Almost to a spot. I'm going to take this bush. Oh, I didn't make it to the bush. Come on, get in. I'm going to stay motionless right here. I'm not going to move. Oh, got spotted.
The engine is smoking.
The next place to go to is the next outcropping over there.
Target acquired.
This guy has no idea what he's doing. There's no enemy artillery. When he points his gun away, obviously I'm going to go in for some shots.
I don't see the target.
I didn't spot him. That's weird. Let's see if I can do it this way. Nope. I don't know if he moved or what, but I know that I didn't spot him. The only other alternative is to head this way.
Permission to engage. Target
Okay,
locked.
that's good. So he's going to keep me well hidden. I'm going to wait here, and I'm going to see if I can retake that spotting position. I don't know if there's any bush. Oh!
This vehicle is hit.
Okay. So it's very dangerous. I'm going to take a look and see at what my other options are. There's a really tiny bush over here. And I have hidden in tiny bushes before, so it can work. There's another set of bushes on the next rock, but they're likely to uncover that. And going this way, we've got some tiny bushes over here. Those are your choices. And the other option is to be in that center rock. There might be other spotting positions. There's very few for this map. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find anything useful. I suppose next time I'll try that bush over there and see if that helps. Usually I don't play to try and spot on this map. I just play to go kill enemy tanks. So that's why I don't have a spotting bush. But if you look at a lot of my other maps like Lakeville and Sand River, you know, I've got lots of places where you can hide a tank and get lots of spotting damage. Unfortunately, that wasn't one of them. And maybe a smaller tank will be hidden better. Okay, so this is Sacred Valley. This map is filled with places you can hide in. I think that there's less now than there used to be. There used to be a lot of bushes. It used to be you could go up on any one of these ridges over here, hide in the bushes, and snipe on people. However, they have changed the game to make it so that it's a lot more difficult. And one of the big issues is that you used to be able to fit a bunch of tanks along this front ridge, and now space is limited. So I'm going to hopefully get there and take a good spot first.
Time to roll out.
And what often happens is, if somebody really wants to spot, there's a lot of people that don't know how to share. So they'll try to push you out of the way or get next to you. I've been pushed off before because someone had a really bad attitude. So it looks like there's another guy that also wants to spot. Whoops. But I got here first. I think it was Rudy over there. So you have to take your spot immediately. You can't. There's another one, I suppose, by this tree, or I could have advanced to the other side of the bridge.
Target acquired. Target unlocked.
Because obviously there's a location behind me, which is one of the alternatives, although it depends on how many scouts the enemy has. Usually only the fast tanks will go into the center area. And it's likely that I'm not spotting anything, which is sad. We've got these two Rudies went really far, which reduces the need for someone like me. Perhaps I spotted that leopard, I don't know. Very important for me to not fire at him. I know I was spotted, but I'm just going to try and sit it out. Ah! The artillery hit me. Oh, no, it wasn't the artillery, it was another tank. Okay, so somebody spotted me. It must have been that tank that was in the middle. This is only a tier 2 tank and it wouldn't help with my mission. Okay, so that was an attempt to complete a spotting mission. As you can see, it didn't work. If you have any comments, please post them below.